Good morning from Freedom Prepper. It's October 6, 2020. These are today's top stories.
There's hope. Some financial history suggests that a bad September on Wall Street, like the one we just experienced, can lead to a great October. Of course, it could lead to an all-out collapse and crash. We're about to find out which, says Market Watch. Manipulative histories aside, we have never seen such an era as this, with such artificially low interest rates. This policy of, whatever the Fed is trying to do is going to have serious consequences. In fact, it already is. Beware the banks. Something is up, down, or just not right about America's lending institutions. Economists and ordinary observers are noticing patterns that are most likely headed towards severe depression and a financial, and/or monetary, collapse. As the Fed prints fake money as never before, Congress enjoys the side effects of the Mandrake mechanism, running up the national debt like never before and as never previously imagined possible. We owe it to ourselves. Yuck yuck. One really can't make this stuff up. Here's a reminder of the cartel, their in-house word, that landed JP Morgan Chase the largest fine ever, and which would have landed you or me in jail. During the last Great Depression, the entertainment industry did very well, as downtrodden poor people sought relief from life at the movies. In this age of the hoax, that isn't an option. So the theaters closed, temporarily, for now, and maybe permanently a little later on. It is different, this economic collapse from the others. Thanks to the utter failings of the usury-based, anti-human system of corporatism, I mean. Because of what the virus did, the suffering is extremely disproportionate. The rich take free fake money from the Fed and the rats in Congress while everyone else faces a sullen life of masks without movies, or any money.
No hope in dope. This isn't a solution. No, people can't laugh in the theater anymore. Today, more than ever, poorer Americans turn to booze and drugs to take their sad minds off of the new abnormal. This, coupled with growing obesity, is killing us more and worse than any virus. Clean it up. The virus rolls on. Where did it come from? Nothing about this pandemic makes any sense, least of all the various origin lies we've been told. It was not bat soup. It wasn't bad fish. It wasn't a fishy bat. They've kind of gotten away from the Chinese accident attack angle. As deaths give way to cases, the source search evaporates. Here, Dr. Roberts asks the hard questions, and he looks into the highly plausible theory, shared by Ronans and mate, that this was a US biowarfare scenario run amok. Images. We don't have them. For all this babbling about science, there is a notable lack of imagery from an electron or atomic microscope of the COVID-19. What they base their statistical models on could be any coronavirus, some other virus, or something else entirely. Nothing adds up. A plot to kill Trump? I do not think so, but here's a somewhat interesting theory about the novel treatment the president is undergoing and alarmed concerns about the safety thereof. It is important to note that the first patient in this unapproved experiment is the POTUS. It's odd, though, in the last Twitter. Always Twitter feed. 45 looked pretty good, he's even riding around and waving.
In today's stories worth talking about, Mother Russia is as strong as ever, militarily. While the US armed forces flirt with high heels and stop SEALs from calling themselves men, the bare fields a fully modernized military. It may have been a mistake to lump hero Kyle Rittenhouse in with nebulous, non-existent white supremacists. His acquittal is a sure bet, and his lawyers are preparing to strike hard at those who slander him, like Joe Biden. Someone tell them there's a plague, or boogaloos, or systemic oppression or whatnot. Another invading hoarder has set out, with fanfare, from Central America towards the wall-less US southern border. One hopes they at least wear masks. Masked custody. Add the hoax to the list of made-up factors that government judges use when destroying families through the ruse of divorce court and family law. A Florida judge declared a proud, normal, maskless woman to be one of those anti-mask people. The judge sounds like one of those people. This story is rife with people caring little to nothing about the best interest of the child, who inches towards the age of self-determination, and even emancipation under Florida law. Here's wishing him well, poor kid. Good news, freedom lovers and sane people. The Michigan Supreme Court has put the brakes on dictator Whitmer's endless emergency due to the you-know-what. Imagine that, a court that looks into authority when the government abuses it.
Don't bring a bicycle to an SUV fight. Burn, loot, murder, and Antifa terrorists have been known to use bike troops to carry out their attacks. Is that what recently happened in New York City? We don't know. However, we do know that a bike is no match for an Infiniti SUV. Here, for whatever reason, the driver made short work of the cyclists. FB will soon run an article on surviving a riot in your car. Let this story foreshadow the ramming through aspect. P.S. Fortunately, no one was terribly injured. And again, thank you for watching this video. For a link to each article, visit freedomprepper.com.